Long time ago, King Bhoj ruled over the kingdom of Ujjain. He was a fair and liberal ruler. The general population of his kingdom were extremely glad and prosperous. Raja Bhoj was exceptionally well known among his subjects. In his kingdom, there was a town of potters. The potters worked day and night, made wonderful pots of earth. The pots made by them were remarkable and in great demand. Thus, the potters in the town were rich and prosperous. There were other communities also, like a shepherd named Brijbhan. His neighbor was a shoemaker named Chaturi. Earlier, both used to be good friends. They support each other without question. But one day they fought on the issue of raising a divider between their huts. After this incident, the two ended up sworn adversaries as they couldn't stand seeing each other, especially Chaturi, who searched for every chance to humiliate Brijbhan. On the other hand, Brijbhan never pondered vengeance. He didn't think about Chaturi and minded his own business. Brijbhan has a child named Chandra. Like his father, he also took the sheep and goats for grazing. Chandrabhan appeared to be a normal person. However, he was brilliant. At whatever time he take the herd for grazing in the field, he set them free, and after that he dozed off under a tree. The herd would stay looking for green grasses. However, when Chandrabhan called them at night, all the sheep and goats came together before him. This made people to think that Chandrabhan had some divine powers. Out of envy, many people also called him sluggish and stupid. One day, he went to a hillside and set the herd free, and he himself went up to the hill and, like usual, fell asleep under a tree. When he woke up late at night, he felt something unusual. He called the other shepherds and asked them in an uproaring voice, "Where were all of you?" Called the others. Other shepherds got puzzled when they saw him talking so strange. Chandrabhan then asked them, "Who is the king of this kingdom?" The other shepherds were shocked. They felt something wrong happened to Chandrabhan. One of them answered, "Don't you know that Raja Bhoj is our king?" Hearing the name, Chandrabhan's face became red with resentment. He stated, "That lord is moronic. He doesn't have an inkling how to do justice. Capture him and bring him here." Shepherds got so frightened that they start running off from near him. Chandrabhan proceeded with negative and offending words for King Bhoj, and when he saw that nobody was turning to him, he descended from the hill and after some time turned into a typical shepherd boy. Of course, he accumulated his goats and sheep and returned home. Next day, other men around the village who heard the bizarre incidents of Chandrabhan went to see him. Chandrabhan asked, "What was the deal? For what reason you all are together gazing at me?" One of the shepherds clarified the whole episode. Chandrabhan didn't trust them and imagined that they were endeavoring to prude him. After some time, the men returned to their homes and portrayed the entire story to their elders in the family. Chaturi, when came to know about the incidents, he turned out to be cheerful and believed that he had got the open door that he was searching to vindicate Brijbhan. Next day, when Chandrabhan was setting off to the fields For grazing the herd, Chaturi followed him. There he saw Chandrabhan went up to a hill and slept there under a tree. Chaturi hid himself behind a tree and waited for Chandrabhan to wake up. When Chandrabhan woke up, he saw two men were arguing loudly. He called them and asked them the reason of the quarrel. Watching this, other people also gathered around them and heard Chandrabhan making justice. He made the decision about the case very thoughtfully. Everybody was delighted to see the equity made by Chandrabhan. They applauded him. Following day, Chandrabhan comprehended a debate between two ladies. Hearing this, Chaturi got befuddled over the occurrences. He thought Chandrabhan is a conventional shepherd. Then how nicely he judged and fathomed the cases with such proficiency. With time, Chandrabhan ended up being very well known in his kingdom. Individuals began moving towards him to get their debates comprehended. Chaturi felt envious of Brijbhan and his child. Finding a chance, Chaturi told everything about Chandrabhan to one of the king's noble, who himself investigated the situation in depth. And after watching Chandrabhan making amends between people, he thought it is great that somebody in the kingdom is sufficiently equipped to understand troublesome issues with such productivity. When the king's noble confronted Chaturi, Chaturi manipulated the whole situation and said, "Whatever Chandrabhan is doing is ultimately taunting and offending our king." The noble got furious and sent a small group of soldiers to watch out for Chandrabhan. He told them to make sure that no one should go to Chandrabhan for settlement, but instead take them to the king for judgment. Then a Brahmin, his wife, and his companion were displayed in the court of the ruler. The Brahmin stated, "Your Highness, I am a Brahmin by caste, but by profession I am a trader. Few months ago, I went to another kingdom for trade. Before leaving there, I gave 3 valuable pearls to my companion to keep them until my arrival. But when I returned and approached him for those pearls, he did not give them back to me. We were fighting about it. Meanwhile, your officers got us and brought us here. Those pearls were my reserve for my future." In the wake of settlement in the Brahmin's case, King Bhoj asked the Brahmin's companion, "Is the Brahmin saying the truth?" The Brahmin's companion answered, "O ruler, the fact confirmed that he had given me 3 pearls while leaving and told me to keep them for 4 to 5 months. But when he didn't return for a half year, I gave those pearls back to his wife." When King Bhoj enquired the Brahmin's wife, she said, "No, my king, he didn't give me anything." Raja Bhoj heard their plea and asked the Brahmin's companion, "Do you have any observer to demonstrate your honesty?" The Brahmin's companion answered, "Indeed, my ruler, I gave those pearls to the Brahmin's wife before the town head and a clerk." The king gathered the 2 men. They gave positive statements for the Brahmin's companion. Then Raja Bhoj stated, the claims of the Brahmin and his wife were false. So king ordered them to pay fine to his companion for putting false accusations on him. After hearing this, the Brahmin cried, "No, my lord, I am not lying. Please listen to me. Give me another chance. Allow me to take my case to Chandrabhan for his judgment. as he is celebrated for his righteousness in the village. When Raja Bhoj heard this, he didn't feel bad and promptly offered consent to the Brahmin. In reality, the king needed to see Chandrabhan's skills. Everyone went to the hill where Chandrabhan was sitting. The king hid behind a tree to watch out the proceedings. The Brahmin put his case before Chandrabhan, who listened to each of the witnesses cautiously. He thought for some time. He thought for some time and called the town head aside and asked, "Would you be able to tell me the size and shape of those pearls?" The town head stated, "They were the measure of lemons and their shading was blue." Then Chandrabhan asked the similar question to the clerk. He answered, "The measure of the pearls was that of a pea and their shading was red." Chandrabhan understood the reality from their opposing articulations. He called the Brahmin's companion and confronted him. "You cheat! What amount of cash have you given to them for lying?" The Brahmin's companion trembled with dread. He fell on Chandrabhan's feet and pleaded, "Forgive me, I will restore the pearls to the Brahmin." Hearing Chandrabhan's judgment, King Bhoj was impressed by him. He went to Chandrabhan and said, "I am Raja Bhoj. I am truly satisfied with the manner in which you settled the issue." He asked him, "Being the child of a normal shepherd, how might you do such good judgments?" Chandrabhan bowed his head before the ruler and stated, "Your Majesty, this is a direct result of this hill. At whatever point I sit on this hill, I get myself brave and just." King Bhoj then ordered his men to dig the hill. After digging for few feet, the men found a beautiful and remarkable royal throne carved with wonderful dolls. There were 32 dolls carved all over the throne. Mesmerized with the beauty of the throne, Bhoj took it to his court and decided to sit on it while presiding his court. Suddenly, one of the dolls came to life and made everyone shocked. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel for the upcoming Singhasan Battisi tales. Thank you.